Today on the bench we have kind of an odd one, Curtis Mathes AUP-8300E, and the customer is reporting that sounds great, no issues with it there, but what's going on is the auto return or the automatic functions aren't working properly. It's either not returning it to the right location or not dropping the tone arm in the right location. So we're going to test this out and see what's going on. Most likely this is a Technics, it's a quartz lock model, so I'd have to kind of identify which likely Technics model it is, because there is not a service manual available for this one. This definitely is a Technics base, so I'm really not sure what we're going to find, because I don't know if this is a mechanical issue or if it's an electronic issue. I'm not familiar with how the automatic functions work. So first thing I'm going to do is power it on, and I'm getting a quartz lock light, a 33 RPM, and a 30 for the record size. Now I have worked on this before. What I did before though was I just cleaned the speed control pots, and this is a turntable that's actually used in one of the shops, and they listen to it all day long. So it just developed this after, I mean, hours and hours and hours of trouble-free listening. So let's see. That strobe light, there's an issue there. So might do a recap of this, kind of see what's going on, because I can definitely see an issue there. Okay, so I'm going to try it out. I'm going to hit play, see what happens. Speed looks okay. It's putting it where it's supposed to. Looks like it may need to be adjusted in a little bit. Let's see what happens at the end. So that looked all right. The play button is still on though, and it's not set for repeat. If I remember correctly, the play button or the play light should go out. And there's an issue with it's dropping it like right on the edge of the record. And it's, I don't know if you saw it there, it didn't really return it to the full resting position, and it's a mechanical issue there. I can feel the resistance, and if I move it, it powers it off. And there's a squeak noise. And the platter will stop eventually. The next thing to do, I'm going to remove the cartridge, the head shell, the cartridge, the platter, and open up the bottom. See if I can ID what that issue is. Hopefully it's a mechanical issue and not an electronic issue, because troubleshooting that without a service manual or knowing what the actual model number is, and this will be tough. So there's the adjustment. I'm going to assume that's the adjustment for dropping the tone arm into the proper position. I have to go back and maybe mess with that a little bit. On to opening this up on the bottom and taking a look on the inside. Need to see what's making that noise. Let's see, where is that squeak noise coming from? Kind of hard to ID where that noise is coming from. I don't see anything rubbing. It's not contacting it here. It's not rubbing here, not rubbing here. There's a little plastic piece down here on the inside. Little white plastic piece that I think is making that rubbing sound. But it feels like it's hitting some resistance. But I don't see what it is hitting. First I'm going to try maybe I don't think that's where the problem is. I'm going to try to just put a little bit of grease in, or a little bit of oil here. I don't think this is a problem. It's probably sealed. No, that's not it. I don't want oil all over the inside of this thing, so try to pull that back out. Next thing I want to do is try just a little tiny bit of lithium grease where the switch is making contact with the cam that activates it. A little bit of grease right here. Oh, yeah. So I'm wondering, I'm going to take some alcohol and clean off the button for the switch. There was some junk on there. So with the lithium grease, there's no resistance, no issue. So hopefully that was it. Hopefully this was a quick one. While I have this open, I am going to clean the switches again. I'm going to hit them, just some preventive maintenance here. Clean the pots while I have it open, just to make sure this doesn't come back, if this fixes the problem. Even if I had to recap, I mean, there's really not much in terms of recapping these boards, and that was pretty stiff. Oops. There we go. Kind of making a mess there. I know it's hard to get stuff in these switches, but work these back and forth, in and out. See what this actually, oops, I want to see what this actually does here. Oh, I see there's a screw. And the screw for adjusting the tone arm drop position in and out is, it's been painted into position, so I'm gonna leave it for now, see where we're at with this. I may adjust it to come in just a little bit. It's hard to know what they mean by in and out on this. Right? I don't know if in is in towards the middle of the record or is out. It looks to me like in, it'd be in towards the middle of the record. So anyway, time to button this up and test it out. Bottom's on, and I did lube this. I took it apart last time and lubed that. That still feels good. And that wasn't, I mean, it's probably been maybe 3 months since I've looked at this. So I'm not going to take that apart at this point in time, assuming this works, which it should. Today's test record is best of the doobies. Plug this in. Power. I just hit the cut button because it was set to repeat. So hit play. Speed is... Oh, speed's good. Oh. Right. Quartz lock. You know, the drop point actually looks pretty good now. See what happens. See if this returns all the way. There we go. And off. Well, that was an easy one, thank goodness. Had a couple of not easy ones come across the bench lately. What I'm going to do now is just do a basic cleaning. The cover is good on this. It just needs to be wiped down, cleaned off. I don't really need to do that on the video, but yeah, this turntable looks to be good. And again, had I not just recently worked on this, I would do a service and remove the motor and lube it and all that stuff, but just did it probably within the last 2 months. It's more like it. So give this a cleaning and wrap this one up. If you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.